Time it is. What's good, good people? I'm Rob Pasker, your anchor for the Young Realtist division of NARAB's YRDtv. So it's a lot of people that know, and for those that don't know, I gotta let you know. So NARAB is an acronym for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, which is the oldest and largest black real estate trade association in the country, comprised of over 90 local boards across 35 states. NARAB is the network of black real estate professionals, the premier network on top of that. The Young Realtist division of NARAB was founded in 1996 with the mission of redefining the real estate culture for tomorrow's leaders by empowering the youth and communities through wealth building, career exposure, mentorship, professional development, and leadership training. So with YRDtv, we are excited to have the opportunity to provide unique programming that will highlight and celebrate relevant information, policies, and real-life stories surrounding black real estate in the United States. So this is a movement. It's a whole movement, and it's going to take each and every one of us to get that needle moving. Because what are we doing? We're building black wealth. We're putting black people in their homes. We're increasing the succession of wealth through our families in America. We're building our businesses, building black businesses, and we're elevating, and that's what it's about. And anybody that's a part of NARAB, anybody that touches YRD, that's what we're about, and that's what we're actively doing in our local communities. You know, we come together, we learn, we fellowship, and we elevate. So with that being said, what I like to do at YRDtv is bring some of the heavy hitters, some of the people that are leading thought leaders within the industry across the nation, who have a heart of service. And I got a very special brother here, one of my brothers from another mother, from the Sunshine State, first vice president of the local Orlando Board of Realtists, and he's the Young Entrepreneurship Chair of YRD National. I'm going to bring up my brother, Mr. Chad Murray. What's going on, bro? Let's give it up for him. One time for the one time. Clap it up, clap it up.
So thank you. I like that one, bro.
Well, what's really good, man? Tell the people what's good out here.
Man, well, besides for me being a little bit delayed on my reactions, man, I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful to be a part of this movement, brother, because like it's really game changing what we're up to out here, you know? And I'm just so excited, so inspired by all of the powerful leaders that I get to call brother and sister who are doing things all over the country. So just to have myself as one of those people and to be here with you tonight, man, I'm really grateful for the invitation, my brother. So thank you so much, Rob.
Absolutely. It's only right. It was a matter of time, man, before you had to come on here and break some bread.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit, people are watching. We got a good number of people, 8 people. So if you're in the building right now, do me and Chad a favor, share it, like, for that algorithm, but also share it. If you got some groups, real estate groups out there, share it so we can get the word out about what we're doing here, and also inspire some people to be great. So, so if you're watching, you know, we're probably a little bit late, but, you know, sometimes good things come to those who wait. But our brother here, Chad, is very busy. He's a lender. He's a lender that focuses on educating his community and also educating the professionals that he works with. You want to tell the people a little bit about how you get down in Orlando?
Man, I got to tell you, brother. So I started doing mortgages when I was 19 years old, right? And from that time, I was all, starting out, not knowing anything about anything. I took to this real estate thing like a fish takes to water, and I was just totally all into it. But when I got started, I learned from people who were kind of crooked. So, when you learn to walk from the lame, you learn to limp. So I didn't do business in a way where I was considerate of the people who I was impacting on a day-to-day basis. And I built a large team, and I taught them to do the business the way that I learned. When the economy crashed, it gave me an opportunity to really look at who I am as a man and what I really want to leave as a legacy. And what I realized is that I'm an educator, bro. I'm an educator. I love to be able to sell, but I love to be able to teach even more than that. And what I learned was that I had the ability to create. So I've written books. I have 2 best-selling books, The Credit Building Blueprint and The Home Buying Blueprint. And I created a home buying course, which these are really, really powerful tools because what it does is it really allows us to have the stepping stones to connect people from being tenants to being homeowners. And I'm so grateful for being able to do that. But the one thing, brother, and I hope that we really get a chance to touch on this, that I'm like super excited about is this YEP program. I mean, bro, it's so game changing because what we're doing is we're teaching young people about careers in real estate. And we're not just getting to the schools and having these long, boring, drawn out speeches talking about ourselves. We're actually engaging with these young people so that we could open up their eyes to a whole new world. And just the experiences that we've had have been amazing. And I got to tell you how they're doing it in Houston.
Yeah, because from what I understand, you just got back from Houston. I heard that Houston had a YEP, a Young Entrepreneurship Program kickoff. And I heard that it was fire, man. Tell us about it.
Bro, man, it was so crazy, right? Because first off, I don't know if you've ever been to Houston. That was my first time in the city, bro. I didn't want to leave.
Houston is on point, man. Lots of people,
Yo,
lots of
Houston
culture,
is
lots
it,
of
bro.
opportunity. I was there for the Black Home Ownership Summit in 2021. And we'll be back there in July, August this year. So I love it.
Do not miss, listen, do not miss the national conference anytime. But it's going to be in Houston. Oh my gosh, do not miss it. You got to be there.
That's why I go
National
down.
conference in Houston is going to be a scene. So anyway, what was really powerful is that, man, the power of NARAB is that you have family all over the country, man. We have family all over the country. And I was so grateful when I went down to Houston, the way that I was embraced by the president of YRD, Madam Tamisha Wells. So much love. I got so much love from Yolanda Williams, Cedric Hudson, Mike Brown, like the whole team, Atia, the whole team in Houston was so loving and warm. And the what they were doing, what we did out there was the program was designed to really launch the YEP program, which is a 6-week real estate education curriculum, right? It's a 6-week curriculum. But what we want to do is shine the light on what we're doing in every city that we touch so that there's a huge event that calls other churches in, community leaders, institutions, so that they from there connect us to schools, connect us to the young people that we're looking to impact. Houston did it right. They did it amazing. We had a wonderful expo with about 15 different real estate vendors in different careers, ranging from being lenders to inspectors to an attorney. And we had about 120 youth. Man, and it was so powerful to see how engaged they were with the information. They were so excited and inspired by the speakers. I mean, Andre Barad did a fantastic keynote speech, and then all of the different breakout sessions. I mean, man, when I tell you, brother, it was just one of those things that just make you know that there was a shift going on in the world right then and there.
Well, you know what they say, man. Everything is bigger in Texas. And the one thing about Texas, one thing about Houston, when they do it, they do it. So
They did it, bro.
I can only imagine. But I think the beauty of it, the beauty of NARAB is having family from all across the country. Like some of the people that's watching right now. Shout out to our secretary, YRD secretary Imani Smith. Shout out to her, Imani Bro Smith, and shout out to Maya Rucker out of Cleveland, Ohio. She's in the building as well. One of my favorite things about NARAB is that we don't have to recreate the wheel. You know, the wheel's already been invented. There's people that have come generations before us who have already lived our dreams. We have the opportunity to take what they've established and built and innovate and take it to another level. And it's the models that we're able to acquire through our involvement through NARAB. And so, with that being said, this YEP model, the kickoff model, you know, how can our local boards adopt this and implement it?
Well, like you said, man, the shoulders of giants. That's where we stand. And we're so grateful and we're so blessed to be a part of this legacy of game changers, life shifters, people who have come around to be able to find a way out of no way, right? They had it in times when we didn't have nearly as much access as we do today. So we do have the responsibility to carry on this mission to the next generation. And that's exactly what the YEP program does. Now, the vision for why the YEP program is for us to be able to have an ongoing real estate education curriculum. Right now, we have it built into a 6-week curriculum, but I'm going to tell you the power of NARAB again. We got on a call to talk about implementing it in Oakland with the brothers in the YRD program over there. And just by having one conversation, we were able to see a next level of evolution that's possible. And the reason why I bring that up is because right now this program is being executed here in Orlando. It's being executed in Houston. It's being executed in a few other markets around the country. But we're just waiting for you. There's something that you have to add to this program that's in its infancy that could help it to go to the next level. We're waiting for a contact. We're waiting for a funding source. We're waiting for an idea, something that you have. And what I want to invite you to realize is that we already have a lot of it built out. We already have the 6-week program built out. We have the idea of how the expo is supposed to work out. But what we want to do is we want to give people the encouragement to be able to share and build on the vision so that we can make it expand all around the country. Just imagine that in school districts, from sea to shining sea, young people being able to learn the steps to take to be an appraiser so that appraisal bias won't be a thing that hurts our communities and strips us of $150 billion of wealth, right? We could teach young people how to be contractors so that they could build their dreams and yours in their communities with their hands. We're all about trying to really fill in that gap and take it to the next level because we have the curriculum. We have the way that it goes. So now we have a system that's plug and play today, but there's levels and levels and levels that we're waiting for you to be able to contribute. And if you want to get involved and bring the YEP program to your town, all you got to do is reach out to me and we'll be able to talk about the timelines and exactly when we'll be able to get it rolled out in your town. So reach out to me. And I'm happy to be able to take the steps to get you in your town into the YEP program through YRD.
Hey man, I'll tell you this: the YEP, the Young Entrepreneurship Program, is real deal, Holyfield. Because even here in Toledo,
Yeah.
my board, we've implemented the YEP, and so that's the thing. It can be a 6-week program, but even if you're just going into schools and teaching, getting children and students exposed to the many assets of the real estate organization, or real estate industry, I should say, and how they can get involved, people think it's just, a lot of people think, oh, it's a real estate agent. It's deeper than that. You know,
It's so much deeper.
I mean, that YEP presentation literally spells out about maybe 20 different roles involved in the real estate industry, how to achieve, you know, what type of education you need, what type of apprenticeship you need, and the pathway to achieve that. I mean, it's amazing. And I can say that whenever I've gone to any organization, any school, and presented to them, hey, I want to talk to your students about this. This is what I have for your students. I haven't been told no yet. It's a no-brainer.
To the contrary, brother, every single time I do a presentation, they say it's the best one they've ever had. Now, I'd love to take all the credit, but it's not just me. It's the care and detail put into the program by the people that have come before us, right? The way that I came to be the national chair is because I shared an idea that I had and that I was actually executing in my city with Danny Felton, and he connected me to Madam Tamisha Wells, and she showed me her idea of what she'd been working through, and it was the YEP program, and it was so similar to what I was doing. So what that taught me in that moment was that this spirit of service in this space that I downloaded, it wasn't my creation. It was a download that I received, is something that is shared by people just like me, people just like you, Rob, people like Madam Tamisha Wells, all around the country. We're here. So now we have a vehicle that all we got to do is jump on board and make it your own. Of course, we want to make it like McDonald's. You know what I mean? So we don't want you putting any salsa on the burgers. But at the same time, there's so much of a powerful menu because the real estate options are so vast that there's something that we're waiting for you to be able to contribute to the pot. So definitely reach out. And I got to tell you, Brother Rob, the things that you are doing in YRD and the things that you're doing in NARAB, man, bro, I'm so inspired by you. I'm so empowered by a brother like you because, man, when you go to a school, man, you must have these kids like ready to grow dreads and you know what I'm saying, sell all the houses.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I mean, for me, the way I see it, I'm a vessel. I'm just a vessel, and like you
Yeah.
said, it's not me. I'm a medium. I'm a medium for the
Yes.
Most High, and through this organization, I'm able to live my purpose and touch people that need to be touched. And as are
Yes.
a lot of us, and
Yeah.
speaking of, people that have come before us and laid it down. Shout out to our president, Madam Tamisha Wills. Let's give it a one time for her.
Yeah, the teacher.
Tamisha Wells
Yes.
out of Houston.
Yes.
The
Queen, you
YEP,
know.
I remember talking to her about a year ago about YEP when it was in its infancy, and to see it grow and to see how many people it's touched and to see how much opportunity is provided for young leaders to get a foothold and get some experience and build influence. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
And guess what? Who doesn't want to see this, brother? Who doesn't want to see, right? Like we got a jobs report, and there were 500,000 new jobs that just came out, right? So that's a blessing. People want to see. They get excited about people getting new jobs. But guess what? A lot of us aren't excited by the same jobs, right? Like a couple of weeks ago, a few of my boys and I went out to eat. And I got to the restaurant a little early. Me and my other boy got to the restaurant and, heard great things about the restaurant. So you pull out the menu and we're looking at it. I'm like, man, it's kind of underwhelming, right? So I'm like, let me just go ahead and get this sandwich, right? Let me get this sandwich. My boy got like some chicken fingers, some fancy chicken fingers. And our next friend finally came. He's like, okay, yeah, let me get the filet mignon. We're like, filet mignon? The menu had a whole nother side. And all we saw was just these options. And they didn't excite us. And that's what's happening to people in our community. The options that they've had and that they've seen don't do it for them. But real estate offers them a whole new side, a whole new menu that you get to look into careers that you get to work with your hands if that's for you. You get to work on the computer. You get to deal with people face to face. Whatever it is that speaks to your spirit, real estate offers you a space. And that's what we get to bring to the world. We get to bring that to little boys and girls who otherwise would say, I don't want to work there, so I'm going to just go ahead and just try to do my own thing. No, we offer guidance in a way that's really, really unique, right? We offer the opportunity for mentorship. And inside of this program, the YEP program, though we have a curriculum, what we're looking to develop beyond that is a mentorship program where we actually are going to be able to connect these young people with the experts. So now the experts can have people that could work under their wing, learn the game, and then go out into the world to be an excellent professional in their chosen field. It's a win, win, win. The professional wins, the young person wins, and the community wins. That's what we need to focus on, and that's what we need to drive home. The YEP program does that. So we need as many people to like really just get involved in some way. Reach out to me. I mean, listen, we're early out in the game, and it's making great waves already. But like, think about the contacts and the resources that you have. When you bring that to the pot, and we bring what's been already developed. Man, listen, we're changing the world. This is a unique opportunity to do it. So we're looking for more partners.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. And this is something that in my time in NARAB and talking to different realtors, representation matters because it, like for
Yeah.
instance, with me, I would have never known anything about real estate brokers if one of my homeboys who I went to, because I knew he was in real estate. I didn't know, I wasn't deep into it, but I'm like, I need to wholesale some houses so I can flip the money into my other business so I can automate a supply chain. And he's like, why don't you just get your real estate license? And that's coming from him, who's third generation in his grandmother's brokerage. So his grandmother is a black woman, Mary Lane, Columbus, Ohio, who got a real estate license in 1963. But
Wow.
and he introduced me to his grandmother. I would have never known anything about a real estate broker if it weren't for him introducing me to his grandmother. And I mean, just that relationship changed my life. Being able to listen to her talk on the phone, just being able to listen to her talk on the phone to people, it just opened up so many opportunities, so much potential that I never seen. So I say that to say that representation matters, because a lot of our community, they don't even know that this exists unless they see it. So that's why it's important that we take this program and push it out to the youth. Because what I say, I'm a firm believer that if we can touch the youth today, if we can put our thumbprint on the youth today, that's us putting our thumbprint on the future. If we can touch the youth today, and then with this program, man, I mean, it's powerful, Chad. It's powerful.
Yeah, brother, absolutely. And your story of how you got into real estate, I could imagine everybody watching. I could imagine most of the people in NARAB. Most of us aren't third generation. That's an anomaly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of us happen to buck our toes, stip, stumble, find our way into the game by some means, somehow. I got into the game by getting in trouble, right? I was going to college in upstate New York, and I got a one little fight, and my mom got scared and said, you know, well, she said, listen, you going to community college. I ain't wasting all of this money. So when I went to community college, I happened to be in the class with a guy that was getting this mortgage money. He used to brag every week. And at first it was annoying, but by the last week, I'm like, listen, I got to get to know this guy. And when he brought me in, I was the only black face, the only black face. But within 3 years, I'd say probably 3 to 4 years, I had 50 brothers looking just like me, working for me right off the street. And we built something that mattered. It was so powerful to watch because that legacy still rings bells today. And now we get to be intentional about picking out those kids because when we go and we work with high school students, we do the program for middle school students, but high school students, let me tell you, every single time that I go to a classroom or I go to an organization and there's an 11th grader or a 12th grader, you know what they ask me? How do I get started? How do I get started? Ooh, I could scout some houses. Ooh, I could look for some foreclosures. Ooh, I saw this abandoned house around the corner from my house. Come on, man. Like we get to really change. Change is real. And we get to be a part of it. What's better?
Ain't no better, man. Real quick for the people, we got some people watching. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in, tuned in
Yeah,
to us
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Let us know where you're
Yeah.
from. Represent your local board. Represent your city. Let us know where you're from. Like, comment. Let us know we're not talking to ourselves because we see y'all watching.
Yeah, yeah.
We see you watching. Chad, can you tell the people how did you find NARAB?
How did I find NARAB? You know, so I moved to Orlando about going on 6 years now, right? And I've moved to, this is the third city that I've moved to. And every time that I move to a new city, I look for the Urban League and I look for the Real Estate Association. And I was at the local real estate association and I heard about some function at some organization, NARAB. I'm like, all right, let me check it out. And when I went, I'm like, it's just us. It's just us. And there was something about that like really blew my mind because it's never just us in this space. As a matter of fact, we're normally like a little sprinkle of pepper in a whole bowl of salt, right? But it's us. And to see us in so many different glorious forms and fashions, inspectors, appraisers, realtors, mortgage lenders, I'm like, yeah, man, I need some of this. So once I actually found it, I signed up and I couldn't turn back. I'm not missing a midwinter. I'm not missing a national conference. It's something I'm gonna do until hopefully I don't get fat. I don't think it's gonna be that, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be coming for a while. So I mean, and it's beautiful to see us when we're being portrayed in a glorious, empowering, dominant light, right? Because we have people who are doing it big all over the country, brother, yourself included, right? All over the country. And you just get an opportunity to drink from that well of inspired vibes, empowerment. You know what I'm saying? So what I did there, I blend
Oh
empowerment,
yeah.
inspired. It
Oh yeah.
worked. It worked if you weren't listening. But but yeah, man, that's what we get. We get that opportunity, and now that I'm a part of the family, like all I'm focusing on is driving more and more people. So we could actually think about us. Think about this. We build YAP all around the country. Think about what that's going to do for NARAB's numbers in 5 years, 10 years, right? Think about what that's going to do for your potential partners in 5 years, 10 years. Think about how many new agents. Think about how many new buyers. We change the game from the ground up.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Out the mud, literally. We getting it out the
Out the
mud.
mud, you know.
Out the mud, man.
Yeah, bro.
As most of us are. So, hey, man, I know you. It's late. You're East Coast, just like me. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you two more questions before we get up out of here.
Okay.
What advice do you have for realtors that are looking to take their businesses to a new level in 2023, man? What do you have for those looking to elevate?
Educate. If you want to elevate, you got to educate. That means that if you want to build your business, you got to be teaching somebody. Either you're teaching prospects, or you're teaching agents, or you're teaching somebody to take the place that you're in so you can step up to the next one. So education is key. That's one thing that I really, uh, whenever I'm educating a lot, I'm making a lot. Whenever I realize that I'm not educating as much and I'm focusing on doing everything myself, you can see it in the numbers. You see it in the bottom line. But not only just the bottom line, but in your spirit. Because it's the flow. Like, we're given so much, you know. We take it for granted, but man, we're given so much. We don't have to dig holes. We don't have to sit in the cubicle all day. We get to be face to face and really, in most cases, be in a business that we love. A lot of us don't have bosses. You know what I'm saying? And we're given so much, and we get to give a lot too. So if we're giving from a generous space of sharing the information and the knowledge that we've amassed, something's good going to come out of that in your life.
Absolutely. I mean, for one, this is I agree 100%. I was talking to one of my agents today, and that's the key. Like education. I'm a marketer, right? But what's the highest form of marketing? You ask me, it's education. You know,
Yep.
and that's the highest form of marketing that you can do is educating others. So I feel like you're dead on, brother.
Look at Dave Ramsey, right? Look at Tony Robbins. Look at all of these people who are printing money right now just by yapping. Yappity yap, yap, yap. You can do it. Right? That's it. You can do it. You don't have to be oracly gifted. You just have to be authentic. Got to be you, because there's something that you got that nobody else in this place got. And I keep on talking in this mic like it's on. It's not. But
That's
anyway,
it. That's it.
there's something that you have that nobody else has. And if you could connect with that and share from that space, man, listen, you're gonna attract the people that just need what that little extra ingredient that you got. You know what I'm saying? You know,
That's it.
my family's Jamaican, right? My family's Jamaican, and you could always tell the difference in there's good soup and then there's great soup. And the great soup always has that pepper, right?
Mm.
That Scotch bonnet pepper that you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure it
Mm.
kisses the pot, right? And if you're not willing to put that ingredient that's just you in the pot, it's just going to take like everybody else soup.
That's real. That's real, man. I hope y'all listening out there. I hope they listening. All right, and
I'm
my
saying,
last question, brother. My last question is, what does YRD mean to you?
man, listen, whew. Yo, let me tell you. So when I went to Houston, right, I'm going to tell you, it was so cool because first and foremost, like, YRD just happens to have a lot of beautiful people, just a great coincidence, but not just physically beautiful, but like amazing, beautiful spirits, man. And to see that YRD, the Young Realtors Division, people who are just getting into this movement, what happens at people that are new to something? They're like Bambi, right? They're super ready to go and jump into it. But we have so many people that are really rooted and grounded in their purpose. And to find that your purpose in a whole nother state, a whole nother part of the country, is so similar to the passion and purpose that somebody else has. And then when y'all get together, like, just the love, man. I got real love all over the country because I know that we have something in common. We want to help inspire another generation of realtors. We want to help empower Black homeownership. We want to make a change so that other Black real estate professionals have more access, can make more money, make more of a difference. And you're not going to just find that in the local chamber of commerce. Not to say don't be a part of it, but this is Chamber of Commerce on steroids at a family reunion.
One hundred
That's what it
percent.
is.
No, you ain't never lied, man. Like
That makes sense, right?
no share passion, share struggles too, because we share struggles. You know, especially being black. It's one thing to make it as a real estate professional. It's another thing to make it as a black real estate professional, and we know that struggle across the country. So I know that I find strength coming with my realtors family and just reflecting, like you said, the inspiration, hearing the stories, hearing how they overcome, and vice versa. You know, it's you take, you give and you take, you give and you take. But
Giving you faith.
come on now, when I go to a national convention, it doesn't exist in Toledo. I'm in Toledo, Ohio. It doesn't
Nah,
exist, man. Come on, it's
nah.
like I'm beamed up to the mothership. Scotty, beam me up.
Right.
You feel me?
And I saw my friend Renee in the building. How you doing, Renee? What's
Yep,
going
D
on?
Town. That's
Yeah,
Detroit in the
you
building.
already know. Yes. We are glad you are here.
Yes,
Yeah. And,
indeed.
and again, you get to meet amazing people all over the country that, after a couple conventions, you could say that y'all are friends. Y'all are,
Yeah,
friends and family. It's awesome.
100%.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed, man. So I mean, you just really you gave people a lot of game tonight, and I hope they take heed. YEP, the program is here, Young Entrepreneurship Program. We're not gatekeeping. Hit up Chad. You want to get plugged in? Hit up the YEP chair right here. Chad, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, you could get in contact with me. I'll give out my phone number, right? uh, my phone number is 407-807-9702. Right? You could also hit me up on the socials, Chad the Lender. My email is hello at Chad the Lender. Um, I'm hardly on socials, but email and phone call is probably going to be the best bet. But yeah. You can even go to my website, chadthelender.com, and schedule a consultation. Not even a consultation. Let's just get on the phone and chop it up. And we'll really talk about how we could build with each other, man. Because this is a big brick. We're laying big bricks all around the country, and eventually our castle's going to be done.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? And it's going to be home for all of the future real estate millionaires. You know what I mean? Your children, Rob's children, right? Can you imagine, Rob, if I could help your daughters and your sons to become millionaires, and you help my daughters and my sons to be, you know what I'm saying?
It's just a matter of
And that's
time.
what we get to
It's
do
a
for
matter
each
of
other.
time,
Yeah,
man.
we get to do that for each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
from Toledo to Orlando and beyond.
And beyond, to infinity and beyond, my guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
you already
sir,
know, my
man.
guy.
So you got anything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
for the people before we get up out of here?
Well, listen, stay connected, man. Stay connected to the movement. Like, this is really powerful. Um, there isn't, like Rob said, you're not going to find what you can get on a national scale anywhere in your city. As great as your city may be, what you see when you come to the nationals, like, again, you can gain friendships that feel like long lost family when you come into the room. So come through. The national convention is going to be in Houston this year. Do not miss it. I'm going to be in San Diego at the midwinter. I hope you're not missing it. But what we're doing really matters. It really matters. And all that's missing is you. We need your input. We need your resources, because we're coming together to share what we have, because it's not about us, right? Like, this generation, let's be honest, right? We're at 46% home ownership at best, right? If anyone's done home buyer workshops for a consistent period of time, you know that a lot of the people, our generation above, you're not teaching the old dog new tricks at this point. But we could teach the young pups, and they'll be willing to do all that we can share so that they can change the world. So let's change the world through them, and let's do it together.
100%. That's it. That's it. That's it, man. Let's do it. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing you in San Diego, and I'm looking forward
you
to
already
seeing
know,
all of
my brother.
y'all that's all out there watching. Hoping to see you all in
Yes.
San Diego. So what's going down? Shout out to Ryan Martin. He's out of Toledo, Ohio. One of my young gunners in the building. So
All right, all
that's what
right.
it's about.
So I know you're teaching them to shoot straight.
Hey,
One of
well,
your
I
young guys,
am.
man. I know you.
He got to pull that trigger though.
Sniper.
He got to pull that trigger though.
Hey.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Well, look, Chad, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us. Check back next
My
week for
brother.
another episode, and like I said, get with Chad to bring YEP to your city. Make some noise. Build some influence, build some relationships. It's nothing like it.
Schools are waiting.
They are indeed. They are indeed. All right, brother. Well, hold it down, man. Thank you.
All right, family. All right, peace and
Yeah,
love. Good
peace.
night, everyone.
For sure.
Thanks for having me.